What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 29th day of January, and here we are at about $1.80 with roughly 8 hours left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it, okay? Here we are, moving down 5% on the day, almost 6% on the day, while Bitcoin's down about just under 5%. The rest of the market took a dump recently, and this was not to my expectation. I did not believe that we would see a lower low than this. A lot of volume came in, and this does not necessarily bode well for the price of XRP. However, I don't know if we're in dire jeopardy either. Right? XRP, throughout this whole range, you can see, like, even though we've been moving down systematically, we find support here. As soon as we get below that low, that's an area to bounce. Anybody who bought here, they were probably happy for a second. And then same thing to the upside. If you found resistance here, as soon as we get above there, well, that's a perfect time to sell. Anybody who sold here, they were probably happy, right? It's how it's been doing its thing. Is like as soon as you find support somewhere, you have a zone of support. Once you go below that zone, that's actually the obvious area to buy. And here we are going just below this zone of support here. I can't help but think that we're at a good area to buy. With all that volume that came in, that is a lot of volume on the 1 hour time frame here on Binance. You didn't really go that far. This is definitely fake out territory. Now, we can persist lower. Sure, we can, and we'll go over those possibilities as well. But I want to look at the short-term stuff real quick before we get into that. 1 hour RSI, first and foremost, it's very bearish. Very bearish. I mean, you've got lower lows, you've got lower highs. It's kind of an odd dynamic. But if you take that blemish out, I mean, it's a pretty perfect parallel structure down, or however you want to structure it, whatever it might be. It does look bearish, but typically here on the 1 hour time frame, this is where you have found support in your RSI. Right? It's very rare that we go below this level. It's not that you can't go below this level, it's just very rare that we do. And with that, let's actually identify the first instance of being here at this level, because I wouldn't be surprised if we found direct bottoms at these levels and also near bottoms at these levels. Let's just see. When we interacted with this trend line, or this support line here, this horizontal line on the RSI. Okay, so now we've got the yellow line here. Okay, the RSI first hit the same level that it's hitting now on its 1 hour time frame. It first hit it here. Did we go lower? Yes. First hit it here. Did we go lower? Yes. And then we recovered. We even went lower afterwards and still went higher. But here, when we went lower, the RSI was recovering. You had bullish divergence, then you started a new trend. Right? But did you go lower? Yes. Were you very near the low? Yes, relatively speaking, sure. Here, did you go lower? No, this was a quick, immediate turnaround. I mean, you went lower here. Technically, it was above this low, but no. Here, you didn't go lower immediately, but you didn't bounce immediately either. So it's like a 50-50. From this area, maybe we bounce immediately. Maybe we consolidate a little bit, and in that process, we go lower. Tomorrow's Friday. The following days are the weekend. It's possible that we take like a 3-day pause, and we kind of configure ourselves in this area, and then we move up next week. At least that's my expectation. But I don't believe in any of those moments that we saw with the RSI at these levels or lower or around here. None of those moments did we see XRP continue to push down with extreme vigor. Right? Yeah. We didn't see it push down at high velocity or with extreme vigor. Typically, once you come to these areas, you start to consolidate. Okay. Looking at the indicators, I'm definitely bearish here, but I'm not exuberantly bearish. I'm more just like we're probably not at the low, quote unquote, the low at $1.78. It's probably not the low. We probably configure, and then maybe we try again later. Maybe we get another low, and then we try. I don't know how it's going to look. I'm just drawing random stuff here. 4 hour time frame. Looking at this, we do have bullish divergence. We do have bullish divergence, pretty intense bullish divergence on the 4 hour RSI. It's like you wanted to be bullish, but you just relinquished that real quick. A little quick spike in volume. But again, this seems like fake out territory to me, man. With that bullish divergence there, I don't know. We'll see. Stochastics are oversold. The MACD rejecting the zero is not good. If we can cross back up sooner than later and try to contest this zero again, I think that would look really good. But hold on real quick, you guys. Hold on. And I do think that we're going to recover and move up from here. But again, the thought being that we could go just a little bit lower. Wouldn't it be perfect if we went just below this low, or maybe we tied up with that low specifically and we had like a double bottom? Again, the idea here is we are in a low area. This is probably not the low itself. Don't get your feelings hurt if we do go a little bit lower, but I don't expect a dramatic amount lower. We look at the daily time frame here. Look at the daily RSI. Daily RSI is definitely bearish. The stochastics are bearish. And the MACD, it's at a point to bounce, more or less. You can bounce here. And like you bounced here before, just below the zero. You can, but we got to do some productive stuff. All in all, you look at this on a daily time frame, and there is not a lot of volume. We're definitely moving down, and volume is decreasing. That gets me excited that we could move up. But in the grand context of this being a kind of overall consolidation phase, right, like this whole area here, we have a flat line right here with low volume. Typically, when you're in an area of consolidation and your volume flat lines like this, like whenever it comes down to low levels, that means you're at a point where you're going to break out to the upside or the downside. And we're at a point where we could break out to the downside. I don't expect that we break out to the downside. That's not the expectation. But if we do break out to the downside, where might we go? That's not what I meant to do. Come on. Come on. Okay, here we go. Low to high. And we're going to take this high, not the fake out high. Maybe we go down to the 382. Maybe we go down to about $1.47 to $1.50. Maybe. Maybe we go a little bit lower than that even. From a low to a high here, the golden ratio is right there at $1.46. It's possible. It's certainly possible. We're at $1.80 right now. I don't expect that we go to $1.46. I'm imagining a bunch of people are calling for that, or probably even lower. I don't expect that personally, but it is possible, and it's something to consider. My expectation is that we will find a low somewhere around here. I wouldn't be surprised if we even went a little bit below this low. At least at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Certainly lower than the low that we have for the day so far at $1.7865. I don't think that we're going to hold that as a low. I think that we do go lower, but something in this area. And then we should prevail either next week or the following week. If we start off February to the downside, that's really not a bad thing. I think that that's okay. But I do expect February to be a good month, a green month, and we should be closing above $3 by the end of February there. So $1.79 now, likely going to close a lot higher in the next 30 days. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'm not worried about the price action at all. Very much, a decrease in volume all the way down. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense that we would move up, not down. And we probably move up with a very fast pace whenever it does come time. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.